Sometimes asking God, like, what's up, like, well, we not on the same page. I gave it to you, I prayed to you.
Yo, blood, on some real shit, dog. I just seen you kill endless niggas, bro. And I could come to you right now, bro. How everybody else probably coming to you with a sob story, oh, mad this, mad that. Bro, you came too far for all that shit, bro. I already know you tired of hearing. Like, at this point, it ain't too much niggas could tell you, bro. But I'm telling you, you came too far. You gonna let all that go to waste? Or you gonna grind it out and show them the dream story, bro? Got two options. You either get that shit up, or you go get that. How you been doing, bro? Go get that shit. That's mine. You know that's gonna be my option for you. Go get that shit. That's my word. That's on my dukes. You hear me? Like, that's on my mother, cuz you already know how we get down, bro. Since I met you in Balaam, bro. Like, come on, bro. Countless hours in the gym by yourself, overnight, midnight, king of the hills. Come on, bro. It's not an option. And it's really coming from the heart, bro, on God, bro. You know what's up with me. I know what's up with you. I know what you got in you, bro. Like, I had to say so much real to you, bro. I couldn't even type this shit, bro. For real. Go get that.
Overlooked docuseries, take 5.
Why do we give up on anything that hurts us? Why didn't you give up on basketball?
I feel the reason we don't give up on things that hurt us is because we believe in opposition of it. When I say that, I mean, we actually believe that the positive can come out of it. We believe that we're different, that we can change the narrative. The reason why I didn't give up on basketball is because basketball gave me life. It gave me oxygen. It gave me reasons to breathe. You get your heart broken by a girl, you're like, okay, I'm done with her. If you get your heart broken by a guy, you're like, okay, I'm done with him. It's just different. Basketball just gave me such a sense of purpose. I felt like within my life, I could have quit plenty of times. But knowing that basketball was just helping me travel the world and helping me see different things, I just couldn't see myself giving up on it. I felt so positive about it. Being from New York City, you see so much negative stuff, you see so much positive stuff. And basketball it just was too good to me. It put me through school. It helped me, meet some of my best friends. It helped me meet some women, and that's just the objective of basketball. It's the good and the bad. But one thing about basketball, it's always been true to me. No matter what the outcome was, no matter what type of coaches, agents, or teams I came across, basketball was just that thing that I would never give up on. It put too much of a smile on my face. I used to ask myself this question all the time: is by me being closer to signing a contract, rather than being at home saying I could sign a contract, which would I rather? It's the same thing as playing a basketball game and you get blown out by 30, or if you lose by a last second shot. Losing by a last second shot hurts, but you always could think of, I had an opportunity to win that game. I had an opportunity to change the narrative of that game. If I wouldn't have made the turnover, or if I wouldn't have bid on this steal or something like that, you could have changed the narrative of the game. I will always pick, being closer to my dream rather than sitting at home. I don't want to create a false narrative. One thing that I've learned in this basketball world is a lot of people say that they could have played at the level that I played at. A lot of people say they could have played at a level even higher. But this is all speculations and false narratives. Think about it. So many people talk about what they could have done but never did it. After leaving the professional combines and these professional teams, workouts and stuff like that, going back home, going back to school, playing against my peers and my teammates and stuff like that, it's almost a separation factor. The hardest thing about leaving the pro combines or the pro tryouts is that you don't know if these teams like you. It's like going in for a job interview and they'll be like, we'll let you know, we'll call you back. It's like you can't really leave it on them. You want them to be overly confident in you and your abilities to help their teams. And the hardest thing is just knowing, damn, could I have left it all out there? Should I have dove for this one? Should I have caught the charge or caught the block for this one? Should I have done one less dribble? Should I have made 2 or 3 more shots? You know, that's one of the hardest things, is because some of these combines are only a couple of days. Some of them are only 1 day, 2 days, or 3 days. You work so hard in the winter and the summer, you know, and you're like, you get these 2 or 3 days to really showcase your talent. Some people don't know that, you know, after school is over, like, that's gonna be the last time that you ever play an important basketball game, you know. And I didn't want my career to end there, you know. I didn't want it to be, that was it for me. And I felt like all these years that I put in, all this hard work that I put in, that it just couldn't end there. You know, God didn't bring me this far just to bring me this far. Going back to school, going back home, and, you know, killing those people, of course it feels good. Of course it's like, yeah, you know, I look good, I look great. But the ones that matter are not seeing it. So yeah, of course you could put together a highlight tape of killing, you know, regular average Joes, but you want it to matter, you want it to count when it's supposed to count. One thing I always say is I never get caught up in that. You know, everything is about sharpening, sharpening, sharpening. You know, making sure I'm as sharp as I can be. You know, making sure I'm as good as I can be. Make sure I'm as poised and under control. And, you know, just being the stand-up guy. So, you know, I can play against my peers and stuff like that. They don't know subconsciously. I'm thinking like I'm going to have to kill you because of what they did not give me. And if you think that you want to play at the next level, it's no disrespect to you, but you could be stopping me from getting that contract. You might be my peer right now, but you're stopping me from putting food on my table, something in my stomach. And I'm almost certain you didn't work out as hard as me. And that's not even to be cocky. You know, most people look at certain things as a cocky nature, but it's not a cocky nature. You know, when you work so hard for something, and, you know, you don't brag or boast, you know. You work in those nights, you know, you work early in the mornings, and you doing all this stuff, and it's like somebody just coming in there like, yo, I wish I had the opportunity. It's like, no, like, I need this opportunity, and I'm gonna die for this. Like, that's what people don't get. It's like, you know, I was at a point in my life where I would go on the court and I was willing to die to get to this point, you know, to get to this contract, to get to this team. You know, there was nothing else to it. It was like I literally needed to breathe this in.
What's up, y'all? I'm here today to tell you my personal feelings and what I've been going through on a day in and day out basis. Listen, I'm one of the most positive people I ever met. Excuse me, I'm sick right now, but I'm back at school. I didn't get the contract offer I was expecting. And, you know, every day I wake up here, every day that I go to my classes and stuff like that, I hate it. I hate it. And you're not gonna see this part. People ain't gonna tell you the real struggle of trying to get that first deal, trying to get your foot in the door. You know, I'm around nothing but love. You know, I have people that look up to me that want me to help them get to the next level and everything. And it's just like, you know, I got you. But how can I really have you if I ain't get there? You know, it's one thing when you have the doubts from other people, but there's so many questions come up, and then you start to question yourself. My relationship with God has changed. You know, it's growing up every day, day in and day out. And, you know, I still feel confident. I still feel like I'm gonna get over this hump and everything. And I don't know what the next day got set for me. I don't know what's planned next. I can't even tell you, you know. But the faith I got is insurmountable, and that's one thing I can say. You know, right now I'm in the process of making 100,000 jump shots, along with, you know, building my athleticism, you know, working on my body, working on my core, working on everything, whatever I could lack, and, you know, getting prepared for the next couple of combines coming up. Right now, it's the end of September. You know, I got a couple of months to get ready. It's a long couple of months, a stressful couple of months, but, you know, I put God first and I put my best foot forward. You know, I'm gonna just keep shooting for the stars. I just want to tell you, you know, make sure you give it your all. And when you think you gave it your all, give it some more. All right?
Being closer to the dream of actually signing a contract, being on a professional team, whether overseas, whether in the NBA, whether the G League, knowing that I'm close, knowing that, you know, I can touch it, knowing that I can taste it, you know, although it hurts, you know, not getting it, it's just like, you right there, you know. And I rather, like I said, I always say, I rather shoot for the stars, you know, land on the clouds, rather than, you know, be down just looking up at somebody else, you know, chase their dreams. I can never be that person that just sits there and just watch. In school, you know, after I left these pro tryouts and, you know, these pro teams, my coping mechanisms was very, it was interesting, you know. I just consumed myself around my friends.
That's my daughter.
Yo, I've never took anybody home
right
with
now. Give me your push up.
What the f***? I tell you, gonna be my father, cause he just, my father don't give a he
This
gonna
right here
be.
is my future baby mother, yo. Bro, y'all see this? Y'all see this? Y'all already got a picture of her. I'm put it on the gram tonight. On the gram. She don't got me on the gram, so I'm putting it up as my babe.
Now sing to it, bro.
Hashtag.
5 in the morning.
That's my baby girl.
You know, of course I was laughing. Of course I was enjoying college. You know, I was just absorbing, you know, things. I was going out to games. I was experiencing and having fun. That's the objective of being a college athlete.
See the guns? Busting out the band though. You see them bad boy? I was surprised they didn't stop me at the check-in just now. You know, you shouldn't be walking around with these things. Oh, my bad.
But the coping mechanism was just, you know, holding myself to a higher standard. You know, if I made 7 out of 10 shots, I needed to make 9 out of 10. That's why you didn't get the contract. You know, if I ran the suicide and I finished in 32 seconds, it was like, well, you're supposed to finish in 30 seconds. That's why you didn't get the contract. You know, if it comes down to it, I have a last second shot and my shot doesn't go in, it's like, that's why they didn't sign you. So those thoughts and, you know, those holding yourself to that standard is not you knocking yourself down, you're holding yourself to a high standard. Most people won't understand that. Now, if I say that to somebody else, it's gonna seem like I'm hating. It's gonna seem like I'm being, you know, biased towards, you know, my choice making and stuff like that. But no, this is what I hold myself up to. You know, so my coping mechanism was just, you know, just push more. Like it's not enough. It's not enough. You gotta do more. You gotta do more. Somebody doesn't like it. Somebody doesn't believe in it. And you know, sometimes you could get into yourself and get into your own head and it could break you down. But you know, with me being around my friends and, you know, just experiencing college and just staying to myself, you know, sometimes praying, sometimes asking God, like, what's up, you know? Like, well, we not on the same page. You know, like, I gave it to you. You know, I prayed to you. You know, I told you, like, you know, this is what I wanted to do. Like, I'll spread the word. You know, what do I have to do to get to this point? And I think just knowing that it, you know, I fell short was just like, it was just unsettling for me. I was able to mask what I was really feeling by being optimistic towards a phone call. And I was really hoping that somebody was like, no, this guy I cannot lose out on. You know, I mean, that's how I was able to mask it. You know, I was able to consume myself in laughter with friends. I was able to consume myself in temporary compensation. You know, things that were just able to take my mind off of it. Of course, every time I went to the gym and I worked out, I thought about it. But I wanted to stay sharp. You know, after I left those combines, after I left those teams, I was telling myself, now you're working out to be ready for the season. The season of a team that never called me and never told me anything. So I was just wishfully thinking. But I want to stay sharp. That's the biggest thing, is you don't want to be like, okay, you know, I went to this combine, I killed, and then they tell you to come out and then you're not ready. So I was sharp. You know, I was putting myself through tests. I was putting myself through all types of, you know, drills and, you know, agility things. It was things that I was just ready for. When a team tells you, like, you know, you didn't make the cut, or, you know, you're not good enough to play for them, it's almost like, like you lying. You mean to tell me my best is not even good enough for your worst? It's not possible. It's not possible, you know? And knowing that you have killed so many defenders, knowing that you have killed so many teams, you know, somebody has to see it. You know, it's not like you're just falsely talking about it, you know? Like, you're traveling, you're seeing different competition, you're actually putting in the work, and somebody telling you, like, yeah, you just don't make the cut, you're just not it. You mean to tell me that out of the 10 or 12 players on your team, I'm not better than none of them? I can't take none of their contracts? I can't work on that team. I don't believe that. I don't think that's even possible. You know, and I've put in too much work for somebody to tell me that my best is not good enough for their worst. You mean to tell me that those blood, sweat, and tears, those 10,000 hours plus that I've done, those 100,000 jump shots that I've made, you mean to tell me that somebody on your team put in that type of work and I can't get that contract? I can't sign on the dotted line because my best is not good enough for your worst? I just don't fit the makeup of your team? I don't believe that to be true. It's not possible.
Everybody waking up?